boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
Well, a pleasant good morning to each and everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Titans of Democracy, right here at the Street 919 FM. Let me thank the Heavenly Father for bringing me here safe, sound, and all together in one piece. Pleasant good morning going out to my entire family. Good morning to the lovely Miss Sharon Felix and her entire family. Good morning to all our callers, all our listeners, all our viewers online. For those of you that are always locked on with us, it's always a pleasure to have you guys right here on the inside with us. Let me also say good morning going out to my friends and family in Tobago. Good morning. Good morning, Auntie Pat. Good morning, Nats. Pleasant good morning going out to the management and staff of the Street 919 FM. Good morning to Mr. IWER George and his entire family. So, guys, it's 24 minutes after the hour, 5 o'clock. We'll take a few of your morning greetings and then get into the papers. So, caller, good morning.
Morning, Mr. Bruce.
Hey, morning, man. How are you doing?
Morning, friend, the Beagle. Thank God for weekend and seeing the morning light, and I ask you for guidance and protection for Trinidad and Tobago. And a good sense of the Prime Minister to run this country and the Commissioner of Police. And let this country run good, O Lord Father. It is a nation rebuilding, let it be built properly for the safety of our children. Thank you, Father God. Let me say good morning to Gilfin, good morning to Eva, good morning to Umanova, good morning. 12:55 past the street, good morning. Mr. Puna, good morning. Mount St. George. Mr. Clark Sunday, good morning to you. Yeah, Mr. Isabel, good morning. Good morning to everybody. Good morning. Bruce.
Oui.
Run the show as it's supposed to go properly. Thank God we didn't have yesterday. Yeah.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Bruce.
Morning.
Good morning to you, Titan. Good morning to everybody. Good morning, Julia Daisy, my favorite. And I'm gonna wake up, boy. I know all the other me going already. Ralph, get up, boy. Okay, Bruce, you have a nice day, everybody.
Take care.
Yeah, you too.
Caller, good morning.
Morning, Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, Village, morning.
Well, as I would say morning, and I would say eat properly, exercise, jealous no one and make a stranger laugh or happy. Well, first I was reminding you and your family for allowing me to come to give us this love, and your mom especially. And I say morning to Sharon, Felix and her family, Iowa and his family to give us this station to then, Pastor Google, Naka, Daily Voice and all the workers. And I go to the big quickly, Mount St. George, the entertainers, and Lady IB and all the entertainers. Morning, my dear little store black. I want to try that fireman. Morning, Malcolm, the man from South, they say that they love money with a great deal. Lady Sharu, no, they say Lady Sharu. All the ladies, Jean Yarrow, Lady Mora, the woman who say Batman, all the beautiful ladies, Mother Tanapuna, Swanky Chanda, I come to my lady Wendy and all band members of Pentary Musica, my lady friend and Bargain, Millicent, Princess Song and Mark Brothers, the Ritas, Lady Southland, Papa Di Barapo, Toxie, St. Madeleine, Wheeler, and Top Drivers, Blackbird. Jean and Yarrow, Toxie, I see Toxie already. Well, all I forgot, my friend in New Grant, Miss New Grant, and our party group, 15 members, Raji, Duff, and all the others. We had meeting last evening. Okay, Bruce. That's the general.
So guys, that's all the time we have. We're getting ready to go pay the bills. When we come back, we're going to get into our online papers for today, Friday the 20th of September 2024. So keep it locked to the Street 919 FM. This is your Titans of Democracy. We'll be back in a short bit.
To pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM for the program The Final Hour with Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr. and his wife Nikki Garcia for the Bible study every Thursday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Mark chapter 16 verse 15 says, "Go into all the world and preach this gospel for every creature, for I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God unto salvation."
Invited to join Pastor Morris Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande, for the Old Time Gospel Hour all-night prayer every Friday evening, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. Designed with you in mind, This ministry deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective. You will be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He hath showed thee, O man, what is good and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated and can be sent through the First Citizens Bank, account 795222, in the name of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly. For more information, please call 753-1113. May God richly bless you.
The light of your
Inferno Friday and Seductive Saturdays are back at Vibes Event Space, formerly known as a Shade Nightclub.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Tobago, your favorite event venue, is bringing back Inferno Friday and Seductive Saturday. Party with the all-star DJ cast. Drink specials all night. This weekend at Vibes Event Space, formerly known as the Shade Nightclub. Let's party like we used to as we continue the vibe. General entry free until midnight. VIP $100. Call or WhatsApp 394-3212 or 620-3057 to reserve your cabanas and VIP space. Come enjoy the entertainment, enjoy the vibes, and the atmosphere at the safest venue in Tobago. Vibes Event Space, formerly known as the Shade Nightclub. Inferno Friday and Seductive Saturday are back.
Job Optimum Health and Wellness. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get your Bioplasma Diagnostic Full Body Scan. Examines all of your organs in a single session. 95% accuracy. It's painless, non-invasive, and affordable. Call Pastor Job at 350-2628, 767-1031, or 275-6300. Sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get your Bioplasma Diagnostic Full Body Scan at Job Optimum Health and Wellness.
Hi there, I'm Lester Suglal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast, heard every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM radio. Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
This is the voice of Tuesday Seventh-day Adventist. We are preaching Emergency Alert broadcast, which is from the Tuesday Seventh-day Adventist Church. We will be featuring voices of brethren from different parts of the world, preaching the gospel, preaching prophecy as it relates to current events and the ending of the world. Listen to us on 91.9 FM every Sunday from 9:05 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Sundays. May God bless you as you learn the truth. In Jesus' name, amen.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 125 to 186 Eastern Main Road in Tunapuna. for the program Health and Healing, merging the old with the new, with Mr. Brent Diet. For more information, call 318-7471 or 484-0141 or 360-4100. It's all about Kingdom Health Services on the Street 919 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
So welcome back. If you're just joining me, you're locked on to the Street 919 FM. This is your Titans of Democracy, and at this time we're going to get into our online papers for today, Friday the 20th of September 2024, and headlines in the Online Express: property tax bandits, police warn citizens withdrawing cash being targeted. Book vending machine, Prime Minister to be grilled by opposition today. So let's get inside and see what is taking place. So, business groups urge focus on crime and agri support. Focus on crime reduction and boost local agriculture. These are among the most critical measures business groups would like to see in the upcoming national budget. Target for crime: citizens who withdraw money to pay property tax are at risk of being targeted by criminals. Acting Superintendent of the Southwestern Division, Edward Cumberbatch, spoke. Hold on, let me get in. For the break in transmission. Yeah, so citizens who withdraw money to pay property tax are at risk of being targeted by criminals. Acting Superintendent of the Southwestern Division, Edward Cumberbatch, spoke on the issue during a news conference at the Police Administration Building in San Fernando yesterday. Warning of a 5-day hot spell for TNT. Trinidad and Tobago has been placed under a hot spell watch number 1 yellow level warning for the next 5 days, as the daily temperatures are expected to reach or exceed 34 degrees Celsius. Students still in temporary locations. 7 years after their school building was damaged by an earthquake in 2017, approximately 200 students of the St. Dominic's Penal Roman Catholic School are still divided between 2 temporary accommodation arrangements. Parents and teachers say the 2 locations are vastly inadequate. Freeport family tied up and robbed by teens. 4 masked bandits believed to be no older than 17 were waiting to ambush a 47-year-old resident of Calcutta Settlement No. 3 Freeport as he prepared to leave for work yesterday morning. The criminals who forcefully entered the house spared no concern for the children as they tied up the family of 4 with zip ties and duct tape, ransacked their home and robbed them. Dead Couva bandit turns out to be missing teenager. The mother of 19-year-old Arnold Puran believes that her missing son was found dead in a Couva drain on Sunday evening after fleeing police capture. End the electricity subsidy, says Chamber. Falling bandit knocks himself out. Cops make easy arrest. But what the hell is this? Can ministers believe they are untouchable? Grief as mom of 3 dies. Wicked monster slammed. 2 in custody. And budget day is September 30th. So these are the stories that are making way in the Express. We head over to the Newsday. And inside the Newsday, 5,600 arrested for serious crimes. Police urge victims to come forward. Cops silent on the Alsing case. ACP Meister send crime info to 486-9999. Lobby groups budget hope. More benefits for small businesses. TKR posts modest 134 for 8 against Falcons. Find yourself in the action at TKR versus Guyana Amazon Warriors. Senior cop, criminals targeting people withdrawing money to pay property tax. Fans share their thoughts on Dwayne Bravo's retirement. UNC MP's budget will be more lies, mama guy, and blame game. Economists reduce reliance on energy revenues. Gopi Schoon, government to announce countrywide special economic zones. Court approves extradition of a U.S. Marine wanted for sex charges. Stands abuzz as TKR top. Okay, against Amazon Warriors, right, nice. Boat engines, fishing rods stolen from Cookreed Fishing Facility. Hot spell warning for Trinidad and Tobago. Crab catcher found dead in Manzanilla. Diego Martin shooting leaves 1 dead and 1 injured. Fuad Abubakar barred from Pan-Trinbago meetings. I wonder why. Bookworm vending machine donated to Sawa Government Primary. U.S. donates 2 mobile clinics to Trinidad and Tobago. AG's office hosts anti-money laundering workshop. Dr. Rowley says thanks for prayers for health. And these are the stories that are making way in the newsday. So we're going to head over to The Guardian. And let's see what the headlines in The Guardian are today. Cops in banks. Police to monitor banks as bandits target citizens paying property tax. With the deadline for property tax payments approaching, Assistant Superintendent of the Southwestern Division, Edmund Cumberbatch, has warned that criminals are now targeting individuals withdrawing large sums of money from banks to pay the tax. New ACP promises crackdown on extortion and rogue cops. Heat in the place. TTMS issue 5-day hot spell watch. Opposition politicians share their budget expectations. Farley not hopeful Tobago will be treated well. Farmers Group wants $2.5 billion for agriculture budget. Parents hope Imbird budgets money for new St. Dominic's RC school. Gopi Singh gives Godspeed only 2 out of 10 for education sector. Tobago labor in court for sexual offenses against minor. Moses removed as IWER Guild president. Outrage over wrecking of vehicles at Oval CPL game. Illegal dumping blamed for frequent floods in Tunapuna. Judge and attorneys unhappy with extended closure of Sando Court. 2 suspects still in custody as cops probe Dial Singh's robbery. Prisoner charged with making video threatening prison officers. Missing man identified as bandit found dead in drain, police say. Doubles vendor killed while preparing for work. Jamaican government senators stand with Prime Minister following integrity report. So these are the stories that are currently making way in The Guardian, The Express and The Newsday at this time. So time is now 10 minutes to the hour of 6 o'clock, so we can open up the lines and take some of your greetings. So you can call me 342-0081 and 466-5391.
Ranking, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
So, due to the the overwhelming requests coming to my cell phone, let me read the story that's in the Newsday. Fuad Abubakar banned from Pantrinbago meetings. Western Stars Philharmonic Steel Orchestra member Fuad Abubakar said he is considering a legal action against Pantrinbago and President Beverly Ramsey Moore after he was barred from a meeting of the organization's executive on Sunday. Ramsey Moore said he had been banned from attending meetings since 2022. Abubakar said when he tried to attend on Sunday, the police told him he was barred from entering the meeting and would be arrested if he tried to enter the room. He said he was given a letter dated October 21st, 2022, which said he had been suspended since that date. He said that that was the first time he had seen the letter. Ramsey Moore said the letter, which was addressed to the manager of Western Stars Philharmonic Steel Orchestra, Muckrapo Road, St. James, was hand-delivered to the organization. She said the membership, it has nothing to do with Beverly Ramsey Moore, took a decision to suspend Fuad Abubakar and do further investigation for assaulting the president at a meeting. The general membership, the highest authority in Pantrinbago, suspended Fuad for slamming down documents in my hands. He walked up to the table and slammed the documents down on my hands. As far as I'm concerned, he should be suspended for life. She added, "These are not things you want in the media space. They are things to be discussed in-house in our private meetings. Unfortunately, though I froze in fear and shock, I allowed the membership to deal with the issue. I could have gone to the police, but I prefer the members to deal with the issue. Since that happened, Fuad has never attended a meeting because he's fully aware of the decision by the members." Abubakar said there were 2 meetings in October 2022, at the first of which he said Ramsey Moore had her office manager move a motion that Ramsey Moore be allowed to continue in offices for 2 more years without election, owing to the COVID-19 pandemic. She said she couldn't have elections during COVID-19, although everyone else was having elections and AGMs. This motion took everyone by surprise, except those who were prepared to be there already. I took objection and explained we have a process of elections and secret ballots, so people are not surprised when they choose who they want, other than the incumbent chair. So to carry out a raise of hands for her to move on in that manner when no one was aware that this is what we're coming to this meeting for was totally unjust and against our Constitution. Subsequent to that, she moved the motion and accepted the motion as the chair.
right, Trinidad and Tobago, I'm here, you know. I was just waiting on Bruce to finish read the article. But here, the ads are upon us. And when we come back on Friday, don't worry, but I'm here. All right, and of course I have a interview at 7:30. Guys, we'll be back, 7 o'clock, sorry. We'll be back, don't shift your dial.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM. As we transition into summer, we continue to talk politics, current events, entertainment, and what's trending while balancing the talk with some of your favorite tunes, both old and new. Our purpose is to keep you informed and edify you, as well as to give you food for thought on the current affairs of this nation and the world. Keep it locked to the Street 919 FM every day, all day. Our on-air numbers are 342-0081 and 466-5391. Visit us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. The Street 919 FM. YouTube, IWER TV.
The Street 919 FM.
Share the life. Share the life. Oh God, call on the Lord. Call on Him. Pour on us, oh God. Oh God, as we pray, oh Lord.
You are invited to join Pastor Morris Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande, for the Old Time Gospel Hour all-night prayer every Friday evening, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. Designed with you in mind, this ministry deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective. You will be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He hath showed thee, O man, what is good and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated and can be sent through the First Citizens Bank, account 795-222, in the name of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly. For more information, please call 753-1113. May God richly bless you.
The light of your glory.
The Street 919 FM mobile app is now live. Keep in the loop with all your favorite programs. Be in the know first and carry us wherever you go. Listen and watch us live at the click of your fingertips. Download our mobile app now. Go in your favorite app store, whether it be Android or Apple, and type in The Street 919 FM.
Inferno Friday and Seductive Saturdays are back at Vines Event Space, formerly known as a Shade Nightclub.
They not like us. They not like us.
Tobago. Your favorite event venue is bringing back Inferno Friday and Seductive Saturday. Party with the all-star DJ cast. Drink specials all night. This weekend at Vines Event Space, formerly known as the Shade Nightclub. Let's party like we used to as we continue the vibe. General entry free until midnight. VIP $100. Call or WhatsApp 394-3212 or 620-3057 to reserve your cabanas and VIP space. Come enjoy the entertainment, enjoy the vibes, and the atmosphere at the safest venue in Tobago. Vibes Event Space, formerly known as the Shade Nightclub. Inferno Friday and Seductive Saturday are back.
Young people of our nation, ignite your wellness journey with Nature's Touch Youth Health Caravan with Princess Omega and Associates. Prevent ill health today and reap the benefit of good health tomorrow. Join us every second and fourth Saturday of each month at 9:25 a.m. to 9:55 a.m., where we bring to you innovative health solutions. Invest in yourself today by ensuring that you're enjoying optimum health. We are located at number 3, 7th Avenue North via the Eastern Main Road, Barataria. For further information, please call or WhatsApp us at 868-310-8671 or 364-4464. Remember, at Nature's Touch, your health is our priority.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Right, so Trinidad and Tobago, we are back. I am here. Let me say good morning to Bruce and his entire family. Good morning to my radio family, my biological family. Good morning to all of our chatters, all of our callers, and listeners. Whether you're in the radio, whether you're on your phone, you're in your cars, you're on YouTube, wherever you are, I say good morning to you. And again, let me express my gratitude to all of you who take time to get up 5 o'clock in the morning to be on with us to start the program. And on Wednesday, we had issues with the radio coming on the frequency, but we had over 1,300 persons on the YouTube Live. So it was good and entertaining for me, Bruce, and of course for you, the listenership. So I want to thank all of you for, logging on. Let me say good morning to Mr. and Mrs. Regis, Mr. and Mrs. Chance, Mr. and Mrs. Primus. Good morning to Mr. Vernon Peter Moranci. Yeah, and I'm a partner, And it's always forget him. And to his wife and family, good morning to all of you. And all of our listeners on the radio and so on. And Miss Tunapuna, Angie, Tobago, my Tobago callers, all of you. Whole strain, everything going to be all right. It will come up back in a short while. To Mount St. George, Miss Crosby, Miss Rowley, Maria Lyons, all the Lions. Good morning to all of Tobago, all our listeners from Mount St. George to Mason Hall, to Canaan, Bonaccord, to oh God, there's so much, To Paleto Bay, Charlottesville, just from one end to the end. So guys, let me say good morning, and all of you here in Trinidad who are listening, I say good morning to you, yeah? Boy, yesterday morning I was feeling sick. God, I don't know now, boy. Sometimes we let our political agenda blind us. Always have agendas from the past and want to hold on and don't let it go. Stop living in the past. It ain't doing nothing good for you. Oh, God. And let me tell Trinidad and Tobago something. I heard Bruce reading an article. Respect is earned, You don't bully away for respect.
True that.
You don't bully away for respect. You will get none. You always want to interfere where you feel you can get recognition. But if God permits you to get through, what next? Leave these things to the persons who are expertise in it. I don't understand. Anyhow, people share the live. We're on YouTube, on IWER TV, The Street 919 FM. Let me send out my blast myself. So share the live, and people don't create groups when you're trying to share the live.
Oh, Lord.
So guys, it's Friday morning, and so much happening today. The hot spells at one. Bruce, this light in my eye, but if you take it out, if you take it out, you know the place will get in here will get dark. So many things to discuss. I want to open the lines for you or callers this morning. Sometimes I just get, when I come here, you know, let me send some love and good mornings to my special friend. Love you, darling, you know that. I ain't calling no name on this radio. Because you see when you do that, I ain't able. Guys, yesterday I listened to a voice note. I'm not ready to play that voice note yet. I listened to a voice note, and I want to tell people, all you be careful and be responsible in your conversations. Because if you don't know something, don't repeat it and do not have anything to say. And let me just clear the air on something. I am not taking up anybody's fight. But you know, I like to be factual. I don't know about other MPs, but I know about St. Joseph constituency MP. That's where I belong to. And that is the person I'm mostly affiliated to. I'm affiliated to other MPs. But I don't know what they would do on their days of visit or how they operate. But I know they have their visit days and they're in their office and so on. Mm-hmm. I could tell about my MP. So my MP have visit days Tuesdays and Wednesdays. 2 different locations. It is his habit, right? After visit day, and especially if he finishes early, he will go through and through the constituency. So in 1 month's time, he may go through Sawa, the other month, sometimes it's according to the complaints, and he wants to see it for himself. So he will take members or staff from the office and go to whichever area would have come in and have more than 2 or 3 complaints. Let me go and see what these people are talking about. And while going there, he will call the counselor. If we have a counselor there that you can call to go with him to see whatever. If he cannot go, the counselor will be called or the relevant parties will be asked to visit. And this is not something I come in here to make up. This is something I know. Sitting by the corner there in St. Joseph is a norm for him because there's a community group that resides from that corner of which he's a part of. They do a lot of community work and different things. Naya Bingi could tell you about that. His wife Anne-Marie could tell you about that. So sitting there is a normal thing for a number of people in St. Joseph, especially proper. Ray Oliver, God rest his soul, he's a man who used to sit down there every day. That's a normal thing. So I'm listening to people, and people making songs, they're making tunes, and they're talking about how he set up this. And would you set up somebody to put a gun to your head and be uncomfortable after the process? Would you do that? In this time and day that we're living in, let's be real, Trinidad and Tobago. And you know, sometimes I think that we are educated people. And the conversation we carry on, it's real, I don't know, boy. So, for me, when people get robbed, now we should say that all of it is set up. I don't understand it. You know, it's only when you're in a particular position, you will know how it feels and understand. But I'm hoping that the people who talking, I heard a voice note of a gentleman. I don't know if he's a Guyanese or a Bajan, but I heard this voice note. And this man said to the end of one of the voice note that he should have been shot and this and that and the other. That I take real offense to. I take real offense to that. And it didn't have to be the member of parliament. It could be anybody. And normally I will come here and condemn these behavior to the best of my ability. And we going on and on and on. And you're forgetting the whole issue of what took place. And we're not condemning that, you know. We're not condemning that. Hear what we're telling these people. Pat on their back. Well done. Go to somebody else again. That's what we're saying. That's the message we're sending. As adults in this country. Big people. We have home invasions. We have extortion going on. And you all are patting the back of these people and telling them what they're doing is good. Well done, fellas. Look for another prey. That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying. The police afraid to do their work. Because hear what? When they go to arrest someone, whether it be a crime or for questioning, however, the community does come on, oh God, leave him alone, don't touch him, that's that, and they carrying on. But when another man in the community get gunned down by another man in the community, nobody have nothing to say. Everybody quiet. Instead of that, according to how serious it is, you will see people moving out. Trinidad and Tobago, if it's better we ain't say nothing. For me, it's better we stay quiet and don't say nothing. It's better we do that. We're not sitting down and talking to our teenagers. We're not talking to our children and our family. We're not talking to them. But we're congratulating them. That's how I see it, you know. Caller, good morning.
Good morning. Are you hearing me?
Loud and clear.
All right, because I'm driving on the road on the way to work. You know what is most annoying about that whole affair? Is that the comments that were made on another station with other moderators, and the moderators sit down there and instead of telling the people who calling in, no, we cannot allow that in our system, in our society. They just sit down there and laughing and gloating. The 4 to 7 moderators doing that. That's what they did. Have a blessed day, everyone.
Thank you very much. And this is an overseas caller of whom I don't know.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Of whom I don't know. And he can call to make his comment. Thank you very much, caller. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Sharon.
Morning.
Morning. Sharon, Bruce, I had a same issue in a bar shop about a couple of days ago. And I was wondering if this man's mother and uncle was in a position, would he come in at that saloon with a smile on your face, with a joyful walk and be talking to? So when I asked him the same question, he sort of ridiculed me and asking me all kind of thing and telling me I drink him by the juice. This is why I asked him one question. If there was some family I was, would he be acting like that?
Caller,
I don't ask.
Caller, it are people who work in taxi. And if a man pull up on the stand or pull you up or jump in your taxi and put a gun to your head and tell you drive and do your all kind of thing, I want to know where you will come to, if you will come and sit down here in front of the mic and grin and skin and say, that is a joke.
I know the individuals who And even Uncle Kola, and he has most disgust, and I have more disgust also, because I want them to these people that's going to about crime and the government, and you come to laugh and gloat about it and make fun about it. I suppose that will not go off now.
This has nothing to do with PNM and UNC and thing, you know. This has to do with humanity. This has to do with a human being. This has to do with life.
Because by you dosing a young for you turn a next young for that, it's okay to go do that.
I hope when it reach on the doorstep, they don't complain. Because you have just gave the criminals the okay that what they're doing. I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah, because according to some people drive taxi on the road every day, and if a man goes in the country and tell them drive America, would they come out and smile in front of my after? Anyhow, look at listen. Sean Fago. This was our first today. Sean Fago.
Oh God! Hey, I9. Today I take Bruce a purge for over the weekend. I take him a purge.
Sean?
Yeah.
I'll tell you. So, there's a certain restaurant on the corner of Independence Square South and Broadway. I would like to use the probably talking to the head minister because there's a construction site.
Oh God.
And the flying chicken out of it.
Oh God.
You cannot do this to the citizens that. I mean, please. There's a construction site. It's scrapping around the building. And you find chicken from that building.
Oh God.
There is a popular restaurant on the corner of Independence Square South and Broadway. Something has to be done. You can't tell me scrapping around the building you find chicken. There is not a restaurant anymore. There can't start. What do you have in sectors? You can't see it in the middle of Independence Square. And there are restaurants right next to it. They're closed for innovation, but then they're closed. So I mean, I don't know if you're going to the head minister or the head inspector and ask them if it's people.
We have the corporation right in Port of Spain.
Well, I don't remember the number. So I don't know what I call them. Because I don't understand what's really going on. Because every day I pass into it's a construction site. There is no restaurant anymore. It's cafe on the building. And you're frying chicken from that same building. In this country, the ocean is it has to be madness. Anyway, enjoy the morning.
Thank you very much, caller. Guys, we have viewers at 610 at this time. Come on, let's carry the numbers up. All right, so share the live. I know you're listening on the radio, so that's okay. Share the live. We have a guest in studio shortly, and we want to make sure you see and listen. Caller, good morning.
Morning, my darling Sharon Felix.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm okay, Sharon. I haven't been able to call for some time, but I've been
happened to you?
No, when our work and son was going, I could not talk at the moment when our work and son for a certain period, so I myself a little bit. But I always have a listener.
Nice.
Because you and Mr. Dominic, you all make so much sense, right? And I'm always a part of you all. I would like to say, well said this morning, Sharon, pertaining to the issue with the minister. People in Trinidad and Tobago, I don't know, some of us, I don't know if you like Bacchanal, and everything in this country is being heavily politicized. And if we continue going down that line, we will reach nowhere as a people. We can't get nothing done. We cannot create any new ideas and nothing if we politicize everything. Crime should not be politicized. I hear Mr. Griffith saying that what happened, he sent out his thing to Mr. Dialsing, but then the other bit, you're saying that if it was this and if it was that, no, let us don't go down that road. We are sending the wrong message. And I want to deal with one more thing before I leave. All over this world, there's crime. A little child was in a school in the United States and killed 6 children. I don't know if you hear any American citizen in their country saying that America is the worst place and Trinidad is the worst. We are saying Trinidad is the worst. Trinidad is not a real place. Everything is to cry down with nation. And I know where this is coming from. Once their hands not on our treasury, it's to bring down the nation. But remember, you don't sit down I'm thinking on bad talk it, with a student on bad talk it. We need to be careful. We all have to live here, and that nasty level of politics, it needs to stop. Sharon and Bruce, you all have a good morning, and look to and listen. Thank you so much, my dear.
Thank you very much. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Bruce, and your family and the staff of 91.9 and Trinidad People. Sharon, well, I hope, excuse me, I hope they would get that person with that voice note. It's important that, and if it's a foreigner, send him back where he belongs, because that's a threat, right? And it's not kind. Sharon, what I'm saying is, so if they are happy that these young men are doing that, it means that they are happy that these young men get killed or sent to jail, because that is what is going to happen. I was watching on Ian Allen, one of his show, and he talked about somebody getting killed and somebody mistake somebody and went after the family. That's what people do. Just now you're going to hear the number of African against this race and that race that reside in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm also wondering if these young men are being set up to do this foolishness, to get killed or get caught. It's a serious thing in our country, and it's affecting our country, right? Because you hear people doing a lot of AI, right? And, you know, we're not comfortable with that. We're not comfortable with our young men being killed or young women being killed and being used and abused. Have a pleasant day.
Thank you very much, caller. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Sharon.
Morning.
Coleman, morning.
Morning, sir.
Love you, my brother.
I did cool.
Right. Sharon.
What happened?
I want to make a shout out to a good partner, man. We kind of grew up together. IE Village, Anthony, Tall Black.
You don't realize you know him?
Yeah, we know one another a long time.
You know you have to pay for that ad?
No, we was at the same moment too.
But what the hell is this?
TMI.
All right, now Sharon.
What happened, boy?
Living in mind like you. Remember, you say you feel the last time you get bounced. Right, you bounce me, I feel away too.
Hey. Go and say prayers. Go and say your prayers and make your beak.
Alhamdulillah.
Oh God. Guys, you can call me on 3420081
and 4665391.
I'll have abusing for you, Bruce.
Who's that?
I'm watching you good. And you know, no, let me tell you, you see me, when I'm not working, I just be a busy woman, me don't have time. And I don't want to get vexed, so I don't put on no radio to listen to nothing. Yesterday, the amount of calls I get, oh God, help Bruce. Help Bruce. I say, well, I'm to Bruce can handle himself. When I come on, I see your face, I say, oh God, I think you are purged today. So, by now on Tuesday morning, I'll get your next purge again in the afternoon. Don't worry. Oh God. Jesus.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning, folks.
Morning.
Morning. You know what I find very, very sad? In addition to what you just talked about, different comments coming from different people and from prominent people in this country. Prominent people read my lips the day after. I am to see the picture on the newspapers, all the different newspapers, of a prominent person in this country, a prominent lawyer, who made the very dangerous statements. Ministers are not untouchable, and they are single stupid to go and sit down there. You know, it's so cold and heartless and callous. It isn't funny. You know what's so painful about that? You allowing your bias, prejudice, politics, your anti-PNM, your pro-UNT politics to get in the way of human sympathy. This man could have been killed right here, sitting down on that bench right now. And you know it's the sad part of the whole thing? The saddest part. You yourself live in that area. You yourself live in that area in a sprawling mansion in that very area. And I see you, I could tell you as a fact, I see you come down to Scotiabank in St. Augustine there, driving your SUV, and then you're coming out your tie in your short pants and coming in the bank. I've seen you. Would you like that to happen to you? You're a high public figure. Everybody knows you. Everybody knows you. You're always in the papers. Your picture always there. You're always commenting on national issues, especially anti-Rowley, anti-PNM thing in the papers. You are also at risk. You're also at risk, Mr. Lawyer. So how could you make... I mean, you have a lot of vagrants outside Scotiabank in St. Augustine. Everybody know that. There are crazy fellas on coke and that kind of thing. People in and out of that area. How could you make such a nasty, unkind statement like that? That minister's not untouchable. Of course they're not untouchable. But you are untouchable. You are not untouchable too. None of us are untouchable. So, Mr. Big Boy, just be a little more sensitive and have a sense of feeling as a human being now. It's a very nasty, unkind comment to make. Ministers are not untouchable. We all know that. But watch your mouth sometimes. Watch your mouth sometimes now. Watch your mouth sometimes. Maybe, and maybe, let us say, President Kangaloo has served a year already. She has 4 more years, maybe 23. In 2027, maybe if your party is in power, they may put up your name again to be president and you may become president of this country. Who knows? But it's just, I was very troubled and disturbed by that kind of comment. It is very nasty, to tell you the truth. Okay? As a prominent person in this country, a person holding a big position, very influential in this country. That is all I wanted to say this morning.
Thank you very much, Mr. Eads. And let me take this time out to say good morning to my family. Good morning to Chariot. Good morning to Bigsman and the entire family. I know you're locked on and listening. Good morning to Angie again. We're going to just have the overseas caller. He go on. Caller, good morning. Angie?
Sharon?
Boy.
Good morning to you, to Bruce, to all the callers, listeners, online viewers. Miss Sharon?
Yes.
Yeah, this talk all about the players of where dancing, doing St. Long Day and all kind of thing. Miss Sharon, this man has been walking here, you've been laughing all through Port of Spain.
Anywhere, demand.
And when you look at him, you know, like you go to a foreign country and you think and you're looking at everything. He could tell you every corner, what building, where, whatever. He walks through Port of Spain freely all the time. He goes on the promenade. He would stand up and have conversations with people there. So it's not like what he doing sitting down by the corner there. That's his constituency. He's accustomed to walk in his constituency. Hill, track, wherever, Birch Road, wherever. He goes. So I don't understand these people. Man, in your own country, man. Jeez, you're going to a foreign country and you're going places you don't know. The man own constituency asks him what he's doing sitting down there. Come now, man, people, better than that.
Thank you very much, Angie. And that's my sentiment. I don't know. So you want him to drive by, sit down in a glass case, and do mingle with his constituents, and then all you go say, we don't see he, and all kind of thing. I don't know what to do to please people in this place. Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
You said I was trying to call in, boy, but my phone I know gone, boy. But
it's really sad to know that we taxpayers spending so much money to provide education for people, and they can't understand basic things. I read beats like that and like I smarter than these people and them. Right? Watch me. You're living in a country where you have subsidized gas, subsidized lights, subsidized water, subsidized transport, healthcare. Right? Free healthcare, but people paying for it. There's some people paying, some people. Healthcare, free healthcare. You have education from nursery to tertiary, gate, right? We have, if you don't want to study, we have NIDCO that you could go and do a business, right? Even CPAP workers paying health charge and NIS, right? It has people in this country, right? Making thousands of dollars a day, right? And not paying taxes. When the government can't afford, right? Can't afford and have to remove gate. Who it will affect? Not the poor man. When the government, right, can't afford dialysis, right, and radiation and all these things in the hospital, who it will affect? Not the poor man.
But caller, even when they can't get blood, they could get it from the same PNM people that just be cussing. The same PNM people who could help them and they just cuss them there. I sit down and listen, somebody send me something. When one of we own talk shows here, I am so disgusted with that. PNM people should dead. And I want to know if they doesn't realize that the people, whether they are affiliated to whoever political party makes up the citizens in this country, that is your behavior. No, man.
When you peg, when you peg a barrel of oil at $70,000 a barrel, right? And you base your budget on that, and oil dropped to $26 a barrel, right? Check it out. How are you going to maintain these things? We don't create the price of oil. We don't create. We don't take the price of gas, right? How are we going to? How we want to maintain the lifestyle? How we want to maintain the gate? How we want to maintain the free? Everything free. How we want to maintain box lunch in school, breakfast and lunches that don't benefit poor people. These, you see what's going on amongst African people. African people not coming out and telling their people, boy, get up. Look, opportunities coming in your mouth. What more government could do? You've got, what's with the government bringing opportunities in your mouth. In your mouth. Right? And I'm telling you, well, you're a poor man. You're a poor man. And everything is poor man thing and the poor man thing. Well, let me tell you something. The poor man benefiting plenty and the poor man is paying taxes in this country all the time. It have people evading taxes by $15 billion and the government need to get it to maintain the standard that we live, and I support the government a million times, and who can understand that? Something wrong with them. School fail them. Right? Thank you this morning.
Thank you very much, caller. Boy, I listen with disgust and I say, boy, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. We just leave Trinidad and Tobago and go in another man's country, and we're doing everything to the book. Taxes for I listen to what is it tax? What is it taxes? Are just a verb or adverb adjective?
Progressive tax.
Progressive tax.
Oh
God, it's an adjective. It's not a tax. It's an adjective.
Some song on the YouTube yesterday, ball. Bruce Dunst and don't understand. I said, ball real good, yes.
Brian, hold on for me. Let me just take this overseas caller. Caller, good morning.
Yes, I'm calling back again from overseas. I was concentrating on the traffic just now. I have an issue with Mr. Bruce this morning.
Tell me.
Mr. Bruce, let me tell you something, brother. Next time you on the radio, you are the host, you are not the co-host. Take charge of your hosting, please. And this is a word to Mr. IWER George.
Oh God,
get Mr. Baka off the radio.
Oh God.
Get Mr. Baka off the radio.
All right, you could call him privately and tell him that, but oh God, don't put me in no trouble. Don't put me in trouble. You're going to put me in trouble.
This is not your view.
All right.
This is not your view, and this is not the view of the radio station 91.9. This is my opinion.
All right, I will send your comment. I will pass your information, but don't put me in no trouble because they're going to say I'm encouraging you on the phone. I don't want to be put in that. But I'll express it.
This man is I don't know. I don't have a word to describe him this morning.
Oh, don't describe him.
I don't like to do that, but
leave it to me. I go describe him for you. Leave it. I go do that.
All right.
Have a good day. Drive safe, darling. Thank you for calling. Love you. I'm Brian. Oh God, Jesus. Oh God. Don't you know wet paper just cut me. I just get in trouble just so. Oh God, don't you not do me that, man. Me almost 800 viewers.
According to our own movie, so you're too pretty to go in jail. You're too pretty.
Well, boy, as I reach by the door, hear them. Watch me. Watch me. You have to look at my motion on the YouTube. Eh? As I reach by the door and they hear a new one coming, hear them. Fresh meat.
Too pretty.
Fresh meat. Oh, God,
you're too pretty. Bruce?
You understand?
Bruce, she's too pretty. She's too pretty. You're too pretty. I'm too pretty, Bruce. I'm too pretty to look behind bars.
Oh, man.
I'm too pretty for this kind of trouble.
Oh, man.
Good morning, Miss Felix.
Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Bruce, my good friend.
Morning, my brother. Morning.
Bruce, is the weekend again, my friend.
Yes.
Your time. Miss Felix, I'll tell you something. Yeah? Sometimes, we sit down and we see that our ministers you can't talk to them. You're up in the highfalutin office and they want to come down and talk to we on the ground. Here it is, you had a minister talking to his constituents. Meeting them where they are. Unfortunately, something happened. And some of the vile comments you have to read on social media from serious people, according to Mr. Yates, serious people who vex that other people get senior counsel. I want to challenge the Constitution and challenge the state. Challenge the state. He ain't giving back his own, No. He keeping his. But he angry about the way that he find that a prime minister shouldn't be part and parcel of doing that. You vex. So you're going to challenge his state in court. And you know who is the attorney for him? His son. Challenging Russell Martino, SC. Russell Martino, a constitutional lawyer for the state. Go and challenge Russell Martino because you have nothing else to think, but you have nothing else to do. You have no case. So that is what you decide to get up one morning and you decide you're going to do. And that is the kind of comment you're going to make. About a minister in government. You find some people find one fellow calling and say that these police act look how fast they act, they use intelligence. Like the police don't use intelligence otherwise. They don't use it. All of a sudden, they find the intelligence book because it's a minister. That is what he's trying to say. The kind of stupid comments I listen to and it's being played out on our national television stations. All because they caught 2 men already. You find the police act so with the police do act so with everybody else. But there's tens of thousands of cases they're dealing with on a daily basis. And they do use intelligence when they can, wherever it is available. But because this is a high profile person and it is being put out there, you find they act too fast, apparently. They should have let them fellas get a little breather. Is how we thinking? Is this how we thinking in this country? The minister talking to his constituents where you always saying that, oh God, we can't talk to the member of parliament, we can't talk to him, we don't see him no way. You don't like what but this one talking to his constituents where they are, and that is a problem too. That is a problem for some people. It's a crying shame. It's a crying shame.
And the things that they have to say, all because this government in office 10 years, will have a problem with that. But only have no problem with some cases are taking a long, long time to come before the court with people who making laws for us and saying not only parliament, some of them on bail for accused criminal activity. You ain't complaining about that? You ain't complaining about that?
You know
something, talk about that.
You know something, Brian, you're talking and my mind going back. You know, years ago, they had broken into Adrian Leon's vehicle. You remember that? Packed at his constituency office, seeing constituents, and they break up in his vehicle, taking his iPad, phone, and some other things. You know, they never, up to this day, they never got him.
Find them yet?
They never caught them yet? They didn't say nothing. But it's so ironic, you know, that something like this would happen. Is it, you know, I'm analyzing these things in my mind. And I could speak out a little bit sometimes. Is it that we're so afraid of Terrence Dialsing for the next general election that we doing things to start a scare tactic? No, I just asking a question. I just asking.
You see, some people want that seat bad. Everybody running down the seat. How many of them going for that seat, Miss Felix? How many?
Well, as far as I count, I was counting about 3 going up against Terrence. So I don't know if you have others or if any others drop out.
Well, I'm waiting to see how the next the opposition party they're going to put up anybody. I'm waiting to see. I want to see who is the friend. I'm waiting to see if they so care and there's so much unity. If they will put up somebody as well. I'm waiting to see time longer than twine. We will see, because we already know of 3 people. We wait to see what the UNC is going to do. Have a good day, Miss Felix. Bruce, enjoy your weekend, my friend.
You too, my brother.
Thank you very much, Ryan. We're missing the point, people. We're missing the point. But when the point start to point at you, I hope all of y'all who talking and commenting, me and I'm to say, you know, I listening and I reading. I hope that you would never come to say anything. Because as saying it again, crime is all of your business. Caller, good morning.
Good morning to you, man.
Hey, Professor Boy. Good morning.
Members of the Titan Democracy family. In addressing your fear of impact.
Where you going?
Remember back in the 80s?
Right.
Bruce might remember it. They had an Australian TV show with women in prison called Prisoners.
I think I remember.
Yeah. It used to show Thursday night, like after Gaia and things. It used to come on late, like about 10 so. And they had you know, there's always a prisoner who does control the jail.
Yes.
Well, they had a big one who used to control the jail and things. She used to take care of them. Don't worry, it's the one who go take care of the jail, go take care of you, man. Nothing go happen to you, man. It's just like you might have a price to pay for that taken care of, but nothing bad will happen to you, man. Nothing bad will happen to you. You get treats and family visits and so on and things. You understand? You get taken care of. Don't fight. But that ain't going to happen to you. But listen to this, sir. See what Brian now point out there about the coveting of the St. Joseph constituency. That is a real thing. But you know, I want to throw something in the mix one going on right now, right? So from the mouth of people in the UNC, the 5 dissidents, their constituents are now pariahs like them because the executive of the UNC has taken a decision not to inform them about anything going on. In fact, one of them confessed, I think it's Mr. Ramboli, that they do not have any idea about what is going on in Parliament. Of the UNC parliamentary chat, they're just floating in the wind. So I am saying, right, if that is so, what is the responsibility that these people have to the constituents who put them in Parliament? Isn't the responsibility to these MPs now bar Rodney Charles, who has already said that he is retiring. But we know that the 5 of them not going back. They will be replaced by other lackeys of the lady. Don't they have a responsibility in this upcoming parliamentary term, citizens, till the election is called, to serve their country and live up to the oath that they took when they entered parliament? Don't they have a responsibility to act responsibly in the interest of Trinidad and Tobago and their constituents, if that is the case? Or do they have to slavishly follow the party line and mantra of, if you put your country before party, go to hell, and for us to take them seriously in any other way in future when they are not selected? I want to know that this morning. And if we had to take them seriously on all matters, including crime, every other thing, right? People, they had to consider that. And I'm saying, they had to ask these questions to them when they go about in the constituency, like Mr. Liang Singh was doing when he became a victim, and ask them these questions. They're representing all, But then there was a TV6 story last week, and the lady said she's PNM, she's UNC, until she's dead. She's diehard UNC. So I guess these diehard UNC people in those constituencies will be content with the behavior that is being meted out to their representatives. And moving on to the crime, right? I want to say, so there's a story floating around now, a teen reported missing as one of the dead bandits this week, right? So, and then there was a father in Tobago who said he wanted answers about his son who was killed. But if your son was killed at 17 in a guest house with a next teen, whose fault is that? That is the responding police information. And I want to leave this here, right? So I saw Mr. West and his deputy director are doing the wrongs again, as they want to do every year around the country, seeking information from the members of the public and so on. I saw one of the insults, and he talked about police going to premises with warrants and then money go missing and whatever. They never show the people the warrants and things. You see that? Mr. West, they have a responsibility to give the public correct information. And one of the things that you must tell people is that they have a duty to cooperate with the police. But you see, when you're going out there and you're preaching that narrative that you're preaching, you're destroying the goodwill that the police is trying to build up. Tell people, first off, that the Police Service Act says that you have a responsibility to assist the police when they come to investigate crime or any other matter. Right? And you have to be fair. They have the Professional Standards Bureau, they have your body, and they have the complaints section of the police service who investigate officers. In fact, as an entity, the police service has close to 350 officers currently charged for various offenses and on suspension before the court. And just like every other matter involving civilians that move through the court, the police officers are subject to the same slow rate of justice. You must talk about that. They must talk that police officers who are charged for murder, some of them charged with self-defense in cases, have not been able to access the bail for murder that is accessible to civilians. Isn't that a breach of their constitutional rights, Mr. West? You have to be fair. You have to be fair. But you can't just be going out there to say you're going on public information sharing when you're really doing, what you're really doing is demonizing the very said police service who want to protect you, the deputy directors, and the wider society. So think it over now. Think it over now. And let somebody who has sort of listening to this program ask you to properly do what is required of you in your remit. Your remit is to investigate serious instances of police misconduct, not to go and spread further mistrust against the police, especially in light of the crime situation in the country.
Leave it there, Stapleton. We have to go to the break, and well, when we come back, we have an interview, and then we take you back.
I'm over, but thanks
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
Greetings and blessing in the name of our wonderful Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I'm Valentine Garcia.
And I'm Nikki Garcia. And we would like to invite you to listen to the Final Hour broadcast every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 in the morning on the Street 919 FM radio.
Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444.
Please be sure to tune in and prepare to be blessed.
As my life, I lay it on the altar as my life.
Tune into the Street 919 FM this and every Thursday from 10:25 a.m. to 10:55 a.m. for the program Conscious Talk.
Emancipation cannot be a one-day dress-up in African event. It has to be a serious process in which resources are provided to our people to ensure they are emancipated. You cannot develop on handouts. That's another form of domination and control. When programs and policies are put in place so that you can develop economically, so that you can become business people, then and only then we can begin to talk about economic development.
Conscious Talk.
I could try to guess the winning lotto numbers or sign up for rideshare, but there's gotta be a faster way to start living my best life.
There is! Get up to $150,000 unsecured to live your best life with Island Finance. Vacation, education, renovation, celebration. Visit a branch near you or islandfinancetrinidad.com and live your best life today. You can depend on Island Finance. Subject to credit approval and documents verification.
Inferno Friday and Seductive Saturdays are back at Vibes Event Space, formerly known as a Shade Nightclub.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Tobago, your favorite event venue, is bringing back Inferno Friday and Seductive Saturday. Party with the all-star DJ cast. Drink specials all night. This weekend at Vibes Event Space, formerly known as the Shade Nightclub. Let's party like we used to as we continue the vibe. General entry free until midnight. VIP $100. Call or WhatsApp 394-3212 or 620-3057 to reserve your cabanas and VIP space. Come enjoy the entertainment, enjoy the vibes, and the atmosphere at the safest venue in Tobago. Vibes Event Space, formerly known as the Shade Nightclub. Inferno Friday and Seductive Saturday are back.
HGC coming, pay up, pay up, pay up. HGC coming, pay up, pay up, pay up. HGC coming to collect, so pay off your debt. Don't get caught in regret. You better pay now. You living comfortably, but nothing is free. If you owe HGC, then you better pay now. Pay up, pay up, pay up. HGC coming, pay up, pay up, pay up, pay now.
Pay HDC first. Visit hdc.gov.tt, click on the Pay Now tab, or click other payment options for more payment choices. You can also visit any NLCB Lotto booth or download HDC's Run Cafe app to pay your bill. HDC, giving you more ways to pay.
Pay now.
Two leaders have become one. We're doing it all for you. We're here to build a nation. That's what we're made to do. For mortgages, investments, and financing too. Welcome the new, brand new TTMB. Yes, we'll see you through. We're here to make you reach higher. We're here to be your new leader. Two giants have come together to work for you under one roof. To
Trinidad and Tobago Mortgage Finance Company and Home Mortgage Bank have joined forces. Introducing TTMB, the Trinidad and Tobago Mortgage Bank. Own your future.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamfleur, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of The Street 919 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
All right, so Trinidad, Tobago, and the world listening, we are back. I seen something, Bruce. Oh, God. All right, so guys, we're back. I don't want you to leave. Don't play all your running off and dropping my numbers, because it's not a little bacchanal. We have a little giveaway here, and this is an important interview. Don't play all your running here for me, please. Stay right here. I'm telling you, yeah? We're coming back to the bacchanal just now. Right. So I have no stranger to me, Sule Joseph of the Sule Joseph and Associates here with us today, and he's here to tell us about a workshop that you all are going to have or having. Yes. Yeah, going to have a 3-day virtual workshop. Working with neurodivergent children. Did I pronounce it properly?
Yes, it's a big, long, fancy term. We'll explain it and thing, but yes, that's correct pronunciation.
Oh, they are doing good. Neurodivergent children. And I just pull up what is neurodivergent children, and it refers to people whose brain differences affect how their brain works, leading to different strengths and challenges compared to neurotypical individuals. And it is an umbrella term that includes conditions such as autism, spectrum disorder, which is ASD, and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Oh, God!
That's ADHD.
Yes,
that's how we do it.
ADHD.
Yes.
Audio? I had to go to that class. Sule, so talk to us. Good morning to you. Long time no see.
Yeah, Auntie Sharon, thanks for having me back. I come back home.
Yeah, you come back home.
Thanks for having me. Good morning to all of Trinidad and Tobago and your loyal listeners. Good morning.
So tell us about this workshop, because I know we have a lot of people, I'm sure, listening who have children with behavioral issues, autism, and learning issues. And today you want to touch two of those persons, if we can. So tell us about this workshop.
All right. So good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. My name is Sule Joseph. I am a counseling psychologist by profession. Now, I particularly specialize in working with children and families And I love working with children with behavioral problems. So for the past maybe 13 years, I've been working with children, particularly those with behavioral issues or issues in school generally. Those children have issues in school, those who some people tend to give up on. That's the population I love to work with.
Right.
Right? And so we came up with this workshop. One of the things I realized for a while now, is that parents and teachers and so on at home don't necessarily have the tools to deal with this special population. So people kind of throw their hands up quickly and say, listen, I
can't deal with
I can't deal with this. I can't deal with it. I really can't deal with it. I don't know if you saw a video, and Shannon was circulating recently, with a mother who put up a school bag that was cut open.
Yeah, somebody sent that to me.
Yeah. Somebody slice up a child's school bag, right? And persons were upset, and I understand, because as a parent, I'd be upset. But if you sit and think about it, do you think the average child would really just sit down and cut up somebody's bag for
no reason?
Just cut up somebody's bag? That's not regular thinking, is it? That's not the average person wouldn't just do that, right? And it's a specific type of school bag that was cut up, right? This was after specific school bags.
I remember, and you know what I did? First, I didn't want to look at things with school children when they say and people abusing children and things. I really looked at it and I just discarded from my phone. So I didn't go into the whole, now that you're talking, I didn't go into the full detail.
Yeah. So when you look at it on the surface, some of these behaviors, what we describe as crazy behaviors, you say, but that's crazy. We'll go in the classroom and just cut up specific bags, right? And I wanna get us away from just terming it all and lumping it all as crazy, because the term crazy is dismissive. We just kind of lump everything together, behaviors we don't understand as crazy, and dismiss it. For us to understand that there may be very specific behaviors associated with these issues that children have. If a child is autistic or on the spectrum, they may not function like other children, and they may go undiagnosed and functioning in our regular when I say regular schools, without the correct support. If a child has ADHD, and ADHD comes sometimes with a whole host of other things with it, something we call conduct disorder or oppositional defiance disorder and stuff like that. Those are undiagnosed. Then we have a whole host of behavioral issues in the classroom, at home, and we don't know how to properly deal with it. So all we're doing is licks and send you home. Sending you home does not treat the issue. It's vacation, right? So they send you on vacation.
Vacation and giving you more time for the brain to continue, but more things to do.
Correct. So something as simple as I have had an ongoing issue with some of the persons in authority with sending home children who they catch smoking on the compound. Now, these children who you catch smoking on school, of course, yes, definitely need to be treated with. But sending them home while the parents go to work is to send them home to do what? I don't know. So you send them.
No supervision.
So you send them from a place to they're in a school with real supervision and they're smoking there. You send them home with no supervision to do what?
Smoke more.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So we really do need to better understand these what we call neurodivergence, which is now a catch-all term for all these different functionings, these different children functionings and so on. We need to better understand it so we could better work with the children, better provide structure and that kind of thing. I was a child, and I'll admit, I was a stubborn child, and licks never worked for me. And I'm sure plenty of the listeners could relate. You have some people who just the fear of licks used to keep them in line. And I was a child. If I know licks was coming, I making sure whatever I do it to the best. If I lime in and I lime in late, I lime in real late. So when I get my licks,
I get it for something.
Correct. You know, my licks worth it. My licks worth the lime. That's how I used to think about things. And we have a lot of people who think like that. So beating them won't work.
True.
That won't work. So you need another system, right? A system that worked for me, and I was real mad. I remember a year. I went to Trinity. Shout out to Trinity, original Trinity, and Mocha. Right.
Show off.
And I remember either Trinity or Bishops had a party, a bazaar. They had a bazaar, and my father watched me get ready buy clothes for this thing, all of that. And on the day I getting ready to go, he asked me where I'm going. I'm going, ma, I'm going to the brain cooler. He said, your brain ain't warm up yet, your brain going nowhere to cool. Yeah, no, that stick with me, you know how long that hurt more than licks. He allowed me to get ready, right? Watch me for weeks talk about this thing. Watch me talk about this thing for weeks.
you know, I run away from home because I saw something like that. All my friends talking about going to this school party and we well hype up, and I asked my mother, she gave me a kind of, we go see. But I prepare myself just like you.
Yeah, you had to get ready.
And on the day the woman say, no, you're not, you're crazy. I will take you and send you to party to come. And I run away from home and went to the party.
You run out. So you come back home?
I went to the station. First of frightened.
Yeah, so it's, yes, you have to understand your child. You also need to understand these conditions that exist. Find out if your child functions within this, right? If your child is autistic and you know, you're telling yourself your child might be just a little weird. This boy just weird, or this girl just weird boy. Oh gosh, right? I wasn't so when I was that age. And it might just be that the child is functioning, you know, on a particular spectrum, whatever that is. And you may have a learning disability or challenge. And you know what? We in Trinidad like to label people. So you just say, but how you duncy? So you duncy head, you duncy head and things. So,
you know, I just do that sometimes.
You see?
Oh, God, stop it.
You see, it's a culture we have. And you say, this boy so duncy head boy. And the truth is, they may legitimately have a learning disorder, right? And by learning disorder, it will affect how they can read, how they can count. There's something called dysgraphia. So how they count numbers, math is exceedingly difficult even for them to understand the basic concepts. And you say, but you done so what? I don't tell you 1 + 1 is 2. You're telling me 4. right? And so, you know, you're getting mad and you're upset as a parent and you're frustrated. And really, the child has a learning disability or learning disorder. So we have to understand if we are, you know, be able to identify at least if the children have it. Not diagnose, but identify. And then seek the appropriate assistance and help. So this workshop really is to teach us to want to be able to identify some of these characteristics as parents, teachers, and caregivers, anybody who has to work with children generally, right? To be able to identify those characteristics and then find out what to do when you identify it. And then how do you work with those populations, which is very important. How do I work with them? What's the best way? A child who has ADHD, for example, right? They have energy to burn like rain. Right? Real energy. So tell a child, sit down and relax yourself. Nah, that ain't gonna work.
You know, my last son was just like that. Can't stay quiet at all. This, we used to say, is it troublesome too. Something, you know, there's a phrase they use. Couldn't stay quiet at all. But now he's cool, real cool. But he just couldn't stay quiet.
Yeah.
You have to jump here, jump down here, run there. And you're calling him to correct him, and he's running and he's running, wrong. You need to catch him and...
Yeah. I was in primary school. Actually, I went right down the street here. I went to Newton Boys.
Oh, he went there too.
Yeah, of course, must be a Newton Boys thing. And I remember, I get legs because I can't stand. No, I'm trying to stand still for the anthem, but I have to tap my leg. I have to tap my foot. Some part of you has to move. And I only got diagnosed with ADHD when I was finishing my master's, and I had to do counseling and get assessed and so on.
Right.
To help people, you had to get help first, right?
Yes.
And that's when I got diagnosed. That's how much years later, all the time everybody just used to say I'm stubborn and I hardened and I have too much energy.
I too, you know, say you're stubborn. You say like, you stay quiet, boy.
You see? I can't help it. So it's that. And so when you have a child who has ADHD, trying to treat with them like what we term maybe I don't want to use the word normal, but the average functioning child wouldn't be the same, because this child has loads of energy. Their brain works differently. All right? And I don't want to get into all the technical stuff of it because it'll be in the workshop, but your brain functions differently. So even giving them tasks When you tell a child who has ADHD, when you give them 5 things to do, they only remember the first thing.
The first thing.
Yeah.
Not true.
Because the brain ticking so fast that they don't remember anything else after that. So you tell them to do 5 things, they only could do 1 because the only 1 thing they remember. And on the way to do the 1 thing, they're probably going to do all kind of things that had nothing to do with it.
The one thing they're going to do.
Yeah. So you send them to the shop and you give them a list. Right?
This is an opening. I hear people.
While I'm talking about this, let me apologize to my mother because I do have this enough times as a child. Right?
I hope she listened.
She sent me to the shop, and from my house, we could have seen the shop, right? I'm originally from Malik people, so all the Malik Samoa people, all right? And it wasn't that far.
And you're taking a whole
But by the time I walk, I see a frog in the drain, I just stop and play with the frog. I see an old marble, I pick up the marble, I start to play pitch by myself in the road. Right? I play pitch by myself.
Oh God,
I find some cherry on the day by tree, I go and I pick the cherry.
But you know, children do that still. I will call my grandchildren or my son, Isaiah or Aidan, Jaden or Akil, come, I bring this to me. And I sit down there, hear me, but wait. It's about 5 minutes, I can't get this thing. To go from my room right here to right here by the kitchen or right there by the grocery. I said, wait. And I'm calling them, Isaiah, this one, that one. No, I come in. And they still can't reach it. But I send it to do something. Them forget me. Go on by the computer, jump on the laptop, go on to play a game and forget me, no? So it really have ADHD. What is this, ADHD?
Yeah, ADHD, yes.
I had to watch this now. I need to, I feel I need to bring them to be diagnosed. Not true. Because now that you're saying and now that I'm looking at this in truth, we as adults, there are a lot of persons may be suffering from this disorder and don't know.
And they don't know. Correct.
Because you're not focused. You can't focus.
Now, it's not all bad. And I like to tell people the truth is ADHD can be a superpower. It can be a superpower and not necessarily a disability. It's a superpower because the average person takes in a limited amount of stimulation, right? If you're looking at something and you're paying attention to it, chances are you're not necessarily listening to all the background noises and stuff or whatever.
You just focus on that.
Right. The ADHD brain could look at this, pay attention to this, listen to this, pay attention to that. Here, over there.
We are real ADHDs in here in Trinidad and Tobago, eh? Because it does be watching this, listening to Bacchanal, what's going on, and we could tell you why this here, they are here in everybody business here and there and behind the back. So why do you feel
your Marco Power's good?
Marco Power's real good because they're listening. And that's a serious thing.
Yeah, so it's not all bad. But you have to learn to be able to manage it. If you can't manage it, what happens when you don't learn to manage it is that you're never able to focus on any one thing for long. So what happens is that's why the ADHD. So you start watching TV and then you hear something and it switches your attention. Then you hear something over here, it switches your attention, and you're not focused on any one thing. So you never get all of the information from anything because your brain is always jumping and switching. So that's where it becomes now a challenge and a possible disability.
So I'm seeing that there's a cost per day to the workshop. It's $200 TT or 30 US per day.
Yes.
And then you have $500 TT, 75 US for the 3 days.
Yes.
Or that's like the package.
Yes. So we try to keep the cost because the aim is not necessarily to make money or whatever, but it's to educate, right?
And to pay the facilitators.
To pay the facility, yes, correct.
Well,
right?
You see, my ADHD working real good here this morning.
And there's a team behind us pushing and doing work and stuff or whatever. So it really isn't. It's not about the making money part. It's really about providing the platform for everybody, right?
Yes.
So it's it's a measly $200 a day. If you want to do one of the days,
it's $200,
right? But if you do all 3 days, it's $500, right? Through the 3 days, and you get a certificate at the end. So at the end, you get a certificate saying that you've participated. You have X amount of hours, and you have this information on
excellent.
And it's a level of competence,
I'm seeing the 5th of October 12th of October and the 19th of October. Those are the 3 days.
Yes.
And the behavioral issues, Sule Joseph.
So I'll be working on, I'll be presenting on the behavioral issues, which will include ADHD, something we call conduct disorder. That's where you find children doing the most, actually. And usually criminal type style behaviors and so on is what we call, come out of conduct disorder.
Parents, that $200 will go a long way. Carry the children, eh? Let's start to find out what's going on in their minds early o'clock.
Conduct disorder and oppositional defiance disorder. Right, that's where now we call children real hardened. Where does child get his hardened streak from, right?
Sometimes you're talking to them, I don't listen, don't do this, don't do that. But why? And they're going on and on to tell you why they must do it. And big conversation. I told you don't do this, and you're just telling me. But why they're telling me you're not doing it?
There are things now that children get away with that I think, whew, boy, if my grandmother was still alive, or back in the day, what type of, I am sure callers could call in and tell you stories about them being told to do X, Y, Z, and if they only open them out to question it, the consequences, the kind of consequences they had to deal with, right? And of course, we've moved away from that because of children's rights and so on, and which is important. But I feel we're also moving away from the value of teaching discipline and structure to children.
Guys, hold on. I'm going to open the lines just now because we have two packages to give away. And on the 12th of October, we have autism.
Yes.
And that's by Jenny Garcia is going to be the person.
Yes. Special ed. She's a special ed specialist. She has been in that field for almost 20 years, I think. Yeah. Excellent. She's one of my go-to people I usually call if I have any challenges and stuff with working with any child who's
autism.
Autistic. Autistic in the spectrum, yeah.
On the 19th of October, it's Learning Issues by Winnet Joseph.
That's my mommy.
Oh, yeah. And you apologize. Well, she's going to be very good because she had to work with Sule and he don't apologize. So that means she know the thing real good.
That's my mother.
She know the thing real good.
My mother's been a lecturer in UTT, teaching teachers how to teach reading and to recognize learning challenges and so on with students. She has been in that she retired this year. She retired this year. Shout out to mommy. Hi, mommy.
And where these programs going to take place?
It's online.
Online.
Yes,
okay.
online. So anywhere you are, once you have a good connection,
how you paying the money before during?
All right.
So you register.
So yeah, if once persons hit the link, they could check us out on social media if they want as well. Sule Joseph and Associates on Facebook, SJ and Associates on Instagram. You could check us out. There's a registration link, right? Once you click that registration link, you can register, and it gives you you then get the information for payment. So you can do online payment or direct transfer to the bank account.
Take a picture here and see if I can get Bruce to put it
to
up.
Put it? Yeah. I'm not going to ask I don't know if you can put it up for persons, right?
Yeah.
You transfer, and you state, well, on the registration form, you'd state what days you're interested in. If you're interested in all, 1 day, 2 days. But bear in mind, people, you won't get a certificate unless you do all 3 days, right? So not 1 day, not 2 days, but all 3 days, you get a certificate. 12 hours, it's important. The amount of hours is crucial towards, saying that you have some competence in this field.
Bruce, come and help me here. So I send it to you, and I need you to put it up for me, please. In the meantime. Yeah, I send it to you. So you just put it up.
Now, there's another thing, and Chan, I want to tell the population, which they may or may not know. There's something called concessions. And a lot of people don't know about it. Concessions. Now, when your child is getting ready to write any major exam in Trinidad, be it SEA, CXE, or even CAPE.
CAPE, yeah.
Right? Once they have something called a psychoeducational assessment done, a psych ed, and we find any of these traits, we recommend something called concessions. And based on how severe it is, a concession could range from a child having a separate room from the rest of the persons in the exam to having an aid, so a child could have somebody to help them focus and stay focused on the exam. So if your child does not focus well, when this report is done, you can get a separate room. You can get an aid to help your child focus. You get
Sule,
additional time.
You come a little too late, because I'm sure SCA gone there. A lot of children needed that.
Yeah, people do, and I don't know why it's not spread more, because I have worked in some private schools, and almost everybody in them private schools know, and they do the most, because I don't know. Let me not speculate, but they do the most for children. They have children who may not necessarily be severe on any spectrum, but all their children getting assessed, all their children getting all of what is ever possible, all the possible.
I think I'm going to use this forum for my grandchildren, especially my 10-year-old. He's going to do 2 of them. They would be doing SC maybe next year in Standard 4, so they would be starting the pre SCA sessions, because remember, from Standard 4 you start to get ready for SCA. This Standard 4 is a crucial time. It's getting ready for SCA. Let me just let Bruce come and put up that for me. And guys, in the meantime, that is real important. You see that?
Yeah, there was a school where there was this again a very private, a well-known private school, and one of the children in this well-known private school saw the math paper and had a panic. It's just like, they forget everything. They can't do it. They started to panic in the exam. And I've listened to, because I've also done a lot of work in our communities, in government schools, where similar things have happened to our children, and they just had to repeat. Now, in this instance, the parent had one of the psychoeducational assessments done, and the psychologist wrote the ministry, and they said that they basically said the child had an anxiety panic attack, and they put the child down for a repeat of the exam that same year, because there's a second exam. And a lot of people don't know that.
You don't talk.
So instead of repeating the next year, this child got to write the exam with a few other students who got to resit in a couple of months. Got to write the exam again. Well, a different exam, of course.
Right.
But yeah.
Interesting.
So a lot of us don't know those things.
Interesting.
And because we don't have access to the resources, so your child will
I
wait.
was going to give you a 15-minute interview, but boy, too much information. We're going till 7:30. So Trinidad and Tobago and the world listening, you can call us on 342-0081 or 466-5391. I have 2 tickets to give away today. And let me just tell you before, I don't want dishonesty in this exercise. You have to have children who have behavioral issues, autism, or learning issues, because bet your bottom dollar, when they reach there to be assessed, if that is not the case, and they tell me, I will call your name on the radio and say that you were very disingenuous. So this is for children who has learning disabilities, behavioral issues, or autism. And we have a lot of parents out there who have children and they need help. So this is for them. Guys, and let me just tell you, there's a number to call concerning the workshop. I'm seeing 260-5658.
Yes.
And whose number is that?
That's the office phone.
The office phone.
So yeah, once you call, you can call or WhatsApp. You can WhatsApp call. You can send a WhatsApp message if you don't get through, or regular call, and just leave your information, ask your questions, and I guarantee we'll get back to you.
So what tickets are you giving away today?
Right. So what we're giving away, we are giving away 2 tickets for the entire workshop.
For the 3 days?
For the full 3 days.
Oh, God.
For the full 3 days.
Come.
So we give away. So all I want to hear from persons, you don't have to give, I don't want to know the name of the child and so on, but tell us a situation in which, if you feel you have a child in your care, right, who you had to treat with Tell us a situation where you had to deal with an issue or a situation that fell into
Right. So I have a caller on the line. Caller, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Sharon and company. I forget his name.
Sule. Morning.
Sule, I would like to tell you I have a serious issue with that. I have a grandchild. He's 13 years old. He's now attending with his school back area south. And I am scared because his mother and father separated baby. She leaves. So I have to keep the child. So I maintain this child from baby till now. And exactly what I hear you talking about, I have in those issues. Serious.
When you say exactly,
it's
tell
really
me.
Bad.
Tell us some of the issues.
What are the issues, yeah?
Okay. If I tell him, Kyron, here's what to do. When you wake up in the morning, you have chores. You have to make up the bed, you have to say prayers, you have to do this, that. So why I can't I said, no. Everything like people don't say, girl, why you not busy? I say, no, sometimes they need help.
Yeah.
And I can take it, and I went to the health center. It have a social worker, the nurse, and she started with me where I was carrying him in, but sometimes, like he couldn't go to school and was close to FCA. Where they will sit and have discussion with him.
Right.
It was so bad. They sent me to Mount Hope Hospital. I got an appointment for 2025. And it really terrible to deal with. Every time, every day. Watch me. Now we do FCA, and he going to that school. It's like, I shake him. Because I keep telling him, I say, you're going to meet big children now. And how you will deal with these children. You can now tell the boy, pick up that 2 pieces of paper, look at them, go in the garbage. Put it in the bag there and come. Let me get him up to mop this step. He will pick up 1 piece, leave 2, go for the mop. I say, but I now tell you that Granny, sometimes I want to know if you're right in here. That is why I went to the health center and go to the welfare. Where they sign up this paper to send me Mount Hope with him. But I got an appointment for 2025. It's not an easy task. And he will be 13 on the 13th of December this year. So I don't know what you could help me with. I'll be thankful.
All right. So I'm guessing he's in Form 1?
Yes, he now entered Form 1 for September here.
All right. So thank you very much for sharing. I don't want to take up all of the time. Is there a way that we could take information on, I don't know, off air? On air?
Yeah.
Just now, hold on there. Let me just, yeah, let me take the number and I write it here.
Because I'm listening to you, and you genuinely sound like as though you're frustrated and you're stressed.
Exactly, Sharon, and you know his father.
Okay.
You know his father, he worked with you all otherwise. Let us don't call him.
Don't call any name. We'll call you after.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right. So yes, thank you very much for sharing and calling in.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah. Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
First time caller.
Calling from where? Right, welcome.
Morning and welcome.
Thank you. So I'm listening to your program, and I'm listening to the mother that just spoke. And I have a son as well too, and I think the government needs to start putting things in place for children who have special needs. I have a son who has ADHD.
Caller.
Hi.
They do.
No, but it's not something no. Children with ADHD, there's very little that is being put in place. Now, my son used to go to the Child Development Clinic in Montauk.
Right.
I was told that he needed an assessment. Right? I wouldn't call the doctor's name. I did the assessment. I paid out of my pocket. Because when I went to the Ministry of Education, you know what the person there told me? If I had to wait, he would do SCA, and I would never get it done. So I paid out of my pocket.
And those are expensive. Those assessments are very expensive. In the
Yes,
thousands and thousands of people, it is very, very expensive.
$5,000, depending on who you get. It's $5,000
Oh,
to
that's
do
cheap. That's very cheap. Let me tell you, that's cheap. 5,000 is cheap.
Right now, I did the assessment. I went back and I took, as soon as I got it, because I was told as soon as I do it and I get it, come back, bring a copy of it, and the doctor, for the doctor to view, to know what type of treatment he needed to get. All right? I did that. To this date, I never heard from the doctor. My son is no longer in the clinic. I went back. They gave me a whole year after, and I said, no, I'm not going through this. My son, he did his essay. I went to social development, school support services, sorry. And I was able to get an aid for my son in primary school. He's going secondary school, now he's in Form 3, and I am yet to receive an aid. And it's not that he is coping, but the aid is here to make sure that they understand what is being said, what is being asked.
And that's why we said that you can't say that the government is not doing. They are, but you have to remember there might be a number of persons in your position, the position you are in, and they may not have the amount of aids to render the service.
I'm not going to say I can tell you.
So don't say that you're not.
Sure.
There is not. There is.
No, but no, and why I'm not, no. Okay, well, I stand corrected. I mean, not say that they are not doing, but I am saying that enough, there needs to be a little more. Because the same way you can access, there's groups for autism. It's none for people with ADHD. At least I don't know of any. Let me say that I don't know of any. So, you're having a child who don't sit still. Right now, I just have to talk to my son because he stems a lot. And it's because ADHD and autism is very similar. So therefore, you would see him tasting. And I would tell him, I said, you can't control this, but you're allowing it to control you. And I will talk to him, I'll get him to stop, yes. He will sit and he will do his work, but from the moment I set him to do a task, he paces up and down before he even starts.
Okay. All right. So are we going to take your number and I'm going to pass it on to Sule. They will speak with you and they will choose out of the number of persons who the numbers I'm taking here, who is eligible to get this package, right? So they will call you to further have a discussion and maybe you might be able to Sule might be able to direct you somewhere where we can get some.
Yeah, there are services. It's just that, so for example, the government does some of these assessments. They're just real expensive and they have very few people who do it. So the waiting list really long. They have aids as well, but they don't have that many. And your situation is so that
they don't have. They said that they don't have any for secondary school.
Yeah, and secondary school is not the priority. So they have aids that are usually assigned to primary schools. Yeah. So that too is, and so only in extreme cases they assign an aid to secondary school. So there are things. It's just that the resources are very limited. The staffing is very small. That really is the issue. It's not that they don't recognize it.
Let me take another call. Thank you, caller. So I'll pass your number and your info to him. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Sharon. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Sharon, I have a granddaughter. She's 6 years and she's very, very happy. Right? We went to school yesterday. She dragged it all. She brighter. She dragged it all on the wrong. She have no behavior. Next thing she thought the mother beat her yesterday. Where sometimes she's very, very hard. Not know what the mother could do. She not listening. Not listening at all. Maybe she now she come back and she's doing the same thing.
But Miss Monica, as you call me, WhatsApp, give me your number, please. Just now, hold on.
Is my number on the phone?
I'm not. Bruce. And you have your radio so loud. I need to get her number off. I just seen the name come up. All right, Miss Monica, hang up and I will look for it on the thing here.
Okay, then. Thanks.
Right. I don't want her to give me her number on air. All right. So Trinidad and Tobago, I would say, Oh, wait. Let me look for this. Caller, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. I thought you all were only taking 2 callers. Yes, I kept trying. I want to thank God for this radio station, and I really want to thank God for your intervention. And before, I don't want to, I do agree with the other caller, but I don't want to go into all what I think, so I'll just go into, you all said that you all wanted a life, not story, but a life example of what I'm going through, yeah?
Yes, please.
Yes. So, first of all, I want to say I do be on radio, and I want to really tell you all God really set me up for this call because I stayed home today saying, Lord, I don't know what else to do. I feel you just leave me. I don't know where you come from, mister, but I really, whether or not, I come in. But I want to say, when my daughter was born, she was diagnosed, with ITP. I think it's something called immune thrombosis, something with some white platelets. I thought it went away after a year, and her head was swelling, her vagina was swelling, all this kind of thing. And police started to believe that someone in my home interfered with her. After a while, going to church and getting deliverance, she started to show symptoms in school. Picking up herself, on the ground when she don't get away and stuff like that. Even my parents and all started to say, you know what, we don't want nothing to do with my daughter. So much goes into when your child acts, in a way where no one understands. I started to realize something was wrong, but I started to think it was spiritual. So I started to become the most holiest person, and still that didn't work. Anyway, when she started to get a phone that worsened because the Wi-Fi became her mother and her father, and I had no say. She started to mash up her phone. Hence the reason I know God put me in place to get this call, because I now get a phone 2 weeks now, because that one, the one last week, mash up too, because it's like,
all right, caller. Radio time is very expensive, and
okay.
I understand your plight. I have given your number to Sule. They will call. It's 4 persons. They will call on the call, and the best 2 out of the 4 will be chosen. And if need be,
I just wanted to say at least what behavior is, not so much just.
But we are kind of out of time, so you will talk to him. He will call you privately, and you will speak with him, and so on.
Problem.
If need
Thanks for
be,
taking my call.
thanks. Listen to us, Ofe. If need be, and we can get somebody to sponsor the other 2 persons, and I will ask. I'm asking on air right now. So the package is $500 for the 3 days. The Sule has opted to give us 2 tickets. We have 4 persons. If we have anybody listening out there want to give us $1,000 so we can pay for the other 2, or we do it well, KFC, I'm going to put you on the top of the list to go for a class. You will get 3 sessions, you KFC. I gave him your number to get 3 sessions. I go pay for it for you. I pay for it for you. Don't call me. I will give their number to them. They will call you. Don't call me. So, guys, I'm going to ask for somebody to sponsor the other 2 children. Once we can get that, I'll just send you a WhatsApp with the numbers.
Okay.
We would, I think we can work this out. Yeah? And I think I have to let Sule come back, and we have to have a whole session of 2 hours on this, because this is important. Because this is happening in some of our homes, and we don't understand what it is.
Yeah, we don't.
Right?
But before we close on Chan, I want to say this, because the last caller touched on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know that in Trinidad we believe heavily in spiritual, in spirituality and religion and so on. And a lot of these things, oftentimes we say, it's a spirit, that the child have a spirit of laziness or a spirit of evil that causes them to behave badly. And I am not asking anybody to change their beliefs. I believe, as many of us should, that prayer without works is dead.
Mm-hmm.
So what you want to do is to combine the information and knowledge that we have on the mental psychology and so on with your prayer. So you want to pray about it and have knowledge about it simultaneously.
Yes.
So when you understand how it works, you do the work and you say your prayers and things work out. But you have to do the work. You can't pray and not work.
That's right. That's right.
So Trinidad and Tobago, I'm leaving you and saying, please come out and, get the information so you can pray and work.
So guys, we just put up the information, and I have it on my phone. So if you want the registration, where you go to register and so on, you can call me, WhatsApp me, and I will send the information to you. All right? You can do that, or you can go to Sule, S-U-L-E Joseph, J-O-S-E-P-H, .associates@gmail.com. Send an email, or you can call 260-5658 to get more information. All right, Trinidad and Tobago. And I want to thank you, Sule, for passing through. And again, we have to do this another day, where we will take the entire program and let's talk about this. Yeah? So thank you so kindly. And I send you the numbers.
Yes,
so you can call and speak with them, and I will try to see if I could get somebody to sponsor the other 2 persons.
All right.
Yeah?
Okay.
Or we'll see how we could work out something.
All right, great. Take care, Trinidad and Tobago. Have a blessed one. Stay mentally safe.
That's important. Thank you very much, guys. All right, so Trinidad, Tobago, and the world listening, we are back. And I want to thank Sule for passing through. This was better than politics to me, boy. This was very important, and I'm sure a lot of people listening got some information. And guys, you can call, you can send me a WhatsApp, and I will send you the information. We put it up, yes, but I know some of you may not have the YouTube to look at in order to see the information. So if you send me a WhatsApp on 726-4685, I would send it out to you. All right? So guys, we're getting ready to leave in a short while. It's 7:46 a.m. I'm taking a couple calls. I want you to be short and sweet, right? Because of the interview, it would have taken up most of the time for our calls, but it's something that we needed to hear. Caller, good morning.
Morning, my love. Good morning, Bruce. Good morning. Good morning, world. Sharon, tell these people and them come on a Wednesday. No, Friday we need me bacchanal.
No, I can't do that, Mr. Napuna.
Oh,
I cannot do that. Eh?
All right. It is important. One more thing. I think management have a right to sponsor that program for a couple of them people inside a radio station. They need it bad.
If I talk to my immediate boss, Sheriff, I'm sure she would have.
Oh God, child, you know, they say long time people, when a child born on the head big is a bright child. Well, it's have some big people with some big head and they're more dunce than anything else. I'm gone.
I don't want to laugh, eh? Mr. Chance.
Yeah, good morning, daughter. Good morning, Bruce. Good morning, Titans everywhere. I want to take this little opportunity, and I know the Titans will join with me in extending special congratulations to a special person, Mrs. Marlene Gordon.
Oh yes.
Who quite recently received an honorary doctorate from the University of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes. That's our
She's a full fan of the Titans. She listens to the Titans every day. So I think that I want to publicly congratulate her on her an award of the honorary doctorate from the University of Trinidad and Tobago for her contribution to Trinidad and Tobago. Congratulations, Mrs. Marlene Gordon. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You reminded me, and I come here, but I get into so much of bacchanal. Caller, good morning. Jenny, call me on the next line.
Hello?
Yes, I know you
Good morning, Sharon.
I know you have an
good morning,
autistic
Bruce.
child. Yes, good morning.
Everybody, good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. And Dr. Rowley, welcome home.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Have a safe weekend now. Sharon, bye.
Oh, gosh. Caller, Jenny. Jenny, morning.
Hi, morning, Felix. Morning, Bruce Montoni, caller to listeners on 91.9. I too want to congratulate Mrs. Marion Gordon, Dr. Marion Gordon. Hello. You know, Miss Felix, she used to be my member of parliament when I was a child. Yeah, that's how long I know her. Yes, after Mr. Hector McLean, it was Miss Marion Gordon and then Jarrett Narayan. So since a child, I've seen this woman, and she has not changed in terms of her stance on things, the way she carry herself, and being involved in education and enlightenment. She has not changed that at all. So congratulations again. And Miss Felix, people won't like what I'm going to say here now. People are saying that you don't have enough aides and enough professionals. I listen to the gentleman there. You know, my neighbor, my best friend is Down syndrome, so I'm around children who have those type of disabilities. Also, I have family members who teach children who have HD. You know, those type of issues. You see, paying your taxes will be able to also give the government extra money now to put, because aids are not cheap. People to diagnose these problems. They are few in the country, so you need to get more people trained in that. These taxes and stuff will also help to treat it up, because the government don't have money for every single thing. There are things in place. It may not be enough, and it's because of the fact they may not have all the money for that, because not only that they have to see about is children disability, cerebral palsy, then you have other issues here. So there's a lot of things, and money is a very big factor to make these things happen. So let us pay our taxes now and make sure it is used to help the less fortunate and the unfortunate in our society. But the government is doing work. Ministry of Education is doing work under Dr. Naim Gasby, and it's just that funds, because money for all kind of thing is not just one thing. So I wanted to put that there to Ms. Felix. Good show, enjoyed it, and a lot of children are out there who really have this type of autism and on the spectrum, and people don't know. They just class them as being miserable, and they don't want to learn, and sometimes it's just that is keeping them from learning. Thanks, Miss Felix. Have a blessing. Miss Gordon, I love you, Doctor.
Well, she's right on the line. She's on the line.
She's on the line?
Yes.
Miss Gordon, I love you, Dr. Gordon. Hey. I go on.
Wait, just now. She's on the line. Dr. Gordon, good morning to you, ma'am.
Good morning, Sharon.
How are you?
How are you?
How are you?
It's better than I was a while ago.
You know your life. Anyhow, I do have to tell you your life, because you listen to this program anytime I'm on.
Yeah.
How are you going?
Quietly.
Nice. Well, we call you to publicly congratulate you on your doctorate. And of course, we know you could do it. And we know you're doing it all the time. So we call it to congratulate. She's a peaceful soul, you know. Nice lady. But you have anything you want to say? I know I catch you.
Yeah.
I catch you on this body moment. What do you want to say to the public?
Well, I thank you, Titi, and the people responsible for giving me this award. And I just want people, particularly the young people of this country, to understand that much is being given to them, and they need to get back to this country. That's all we need to do. We all need to be given back, as opposed to asking what for or what we could get.
Yes. So I want to thank you very much for taking my call. And do have a good day. You have any more breadfruit there? I could pass for breadfruit.
Probably by the end of the month, by next month, early next month.
Okay, my darling. So you have a good day, yes?
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Thanks for calling.
Yes, you're welcome. Only a nice soul, you know, nice lady. So, Graham, do quick. Talk to me.
Yeah,
we just have a minute.
Congratulations to Dr. Marilyn Gordon. And you see the autistic,
they have a mind and a brain and a heart. I think more should be done for all of them. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'm going to take one more quickly. Quickly, caller. Hit me. Talk to me.
You see, most of these traders just receive a stipend and caregiver. All these things like taxpayers' money contributing, tax money contributing to the government have to pay for. Right? So I hope them for us listening.
And not progressive tax, eh? Let me tell you before I go, because I hear now get sick. A progressive tax is a tax in which the tax rate increases as the taxable amount increases. The term progressive refers to the way the tax rate progresses from low to high, with the result that a taxpayer's average tax rate is less than the person's marginal tax rate. The term can be applied to individual tax. He says an adjective. Is adjective? Yeah, well, the adjective this morning. It's a big word. Progressive. Paying adjective, progressive tax. That's the word for today, progressive. Trinidad and Tobago, this is where we got to leave it for today. It's Friday. The weekend has begun. So, guys, talk to you on Monday. Please, God. I'm going to my September affair tomorrow at the Hayati. And if you see my dress. Oh, God. Morning, Lauren Heat. Anyhow, guys, we go on. Talk to you. Ciao.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
As we transition into summer, we continue to talk politics, current events, entertainment, and what's trending while balancing the talk with some of your favorite tunes, both old and new. Our purpose is to keep you informed and edify you, as well as to give you food for thought on the current affairs of this nation and the world. Keep it locked to the Street 919 FM every day, all day. Our on-air numbers are 342-0081 and 466-5391. Visit us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. The Street 919 FM. YouTube, IWER TV.
The Street 919 FM.
Shed it live. Inferno Friday and Seductive Saturdays are back at Vines Event Space, formerly known as a Shade Nightclub.
They not like us. They not like us.
Tobago, your favorite event venue, is bringing back Inferno Friday and Seductive Saturday. Party with the all-star DJ cast. Drink specials all night. This weekend at Vines Event Space, formerly known as the Shade Nightclub. Let's party like we used to as we continue the vibe. General entry free until midnight. VIP $100. Call or WhatsApp 394-3212 or 620-3057 to reserve your cabanas and VIP space. Come enjoy the entertainment, enjoy the vibes, and the atmosphere at the safest venue in Tobago. Vibes Event Space, formerly known as the Shade Nightclub. Inferno Friday and Seductive Saturday are back.
Do you know that before you import drones, walkie-talkies, and other radio communications equipment, you need a non-objection letter from the Telecommunications Authority of Trinidad and Tobago? Obtaining this letter is as easy as ABC. A. Access documents and submission instructions online at www.tad.org.tt. B. Bundle and attach all relevant documents. Submit your application and you're on your way. C. Check your email. Once approved, your non-objection letter will be emailed to you. Now you're ready. It's simple, quick, easy, and online. Know your TAT ABCs. Different rules apply for drones over 750 grams. Some items like walkie-talkies and GMRS radios also need a license. Visit our website at www.tat.org.tt for more information and to apply for your non-objection letter today. A message from the Telecommunications Authority of Trinidad and Tobago.
Tune into the Street 919 FM this and every Thursday from 10:25 a.m. to 10:55 a.m. for the program Conscious Talk.
Emancipation cannot be a one-day dress-up in African card event. It has to be a serious process in which resources are provided to our people to ensure they are emancipated. You cannot develop on handouts. That's another form of domination and control. When programs and policies are put in place so that you can develop economically, so that you can become business people, then and only then we can begin to talk about economic development.
Conscious talk.
Renting a car in Tobago should be quick, affordable, and easy.
Wow.
Here at Onia Rentals, we make the process as simple as possible by using our easy e-sign-up. Yep, we can sign you up from just about anywhere using our tablets. See? All done. And everything goes straight into the cloud.
Wow.
Yeah, you're on your way. Are you coming to Tobago?